Okay, so here's homework 5.1, simplifying rational expressions, and I chose to do number 12 for you. So what I did is I wrote out the problem here, and I see that all of my terms are being subtracted from each other, so I can't cancel any of the terms out until I have factored this. So the first thing I'm going to do is see if any of them have a GCF that I can pull out to help make the problems a little bit smaller. So in the top, they do have a GCF. It looks like they have a 3 and a v in common. So that's going to leave me with v squared minus 2v and minus 63. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and factor that here in a minute because it is a quadratic term, so I need to continue factoring it. But let's look at the denominator here. Let's see what I can do with him first. It looks like they're also going to have a 3 in common, but not the v, and it will leave me with v squared minus 1v minus 56. Okay, and again, I have a quadratic here, so I'm going to have to factor that. So let me go ahead and factor these. Let's start with the top one. I need factors of negative 63 that add up to be negative 2. And when I do that math there, I got a negative 9 and a positive 7. Okay. So when I write this out, I'm going to get v squared minus 2, it'll be v squared minus 9v plus 7v minus 63. Okay, and when I do factor by grouping or using the box to factor out, put all those terms inside of the box and factor out, I end up with v minus 9 and v plus 7. Okay, so I'm going to slide this over here for a second, and I'm going to say that the top is 3v and put my two factors in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and deal with the bottom, okay, because the top is all completely factored out to linear terms. And for the bottom, I need factors of negative 56 that add up to be a negative 1. And I found that to be a negative 8 and a positive 7. So when I expand my v term here, I'm going to put a negative 8v and a plus 7v in the spot of this negative v, because again, I'm not changing its value, I'm just changing how it looks. And I'm going to do factor by grouping or factor using the box to figure out what my two factors are. So if you want to pause the video and practice that, you can. But when I do that, I get v minus 8 and v plus 7. So I'm going to say that in the denominator I have a 3 and then my v minus 8 and my v plus 7. And now what I'm going to do is just, now that everything is factored out, I need to just cancel my like terms and see what's left over. So, as I'm sure you guys can see here, the v minus 7 goes away because it's a fancy one. My 3's actually cancel out because they're a fancy one. So the only thing left over is v times v minus 9 in the top, and that's being divided by v minus 8. Now, some of you guys are going to do this to your homework. You're going to say, okay, let me put it back together and make this v squared minus 9v and put that over v minus 8. This is an okay answer if you put it back together, this guy is, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. All of my answers tomorrow will be in this factored form, and so go ahead and leave all of your answers in this form right here where it's factored.